Hello and welcome to another exciting Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Max Moreau. With me is Philip Wilson. Unfortunately, Jeffrey is not here today.
I'm Phil!
Or he might be here later, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's not looking positive. But yeah, we've got Phil, we've got me, and unfortunately we don't have Jeffrey. But
I'm Phil!
But he is Phil. So
Hi!
Our fill rate has increased, so alright. Main screen turn on.
It's you. How are you, gentlemen? Your
It just never gets old. It just never gets old.
They all belong to us. All of them.
So today, I am yet again delaying screwing around with the UI more than I have to. And I was playing around earlier with some... I was playing around last night with some graphics tests and stuff, trying to figure out how I wanted to kind of change the style of this game, make it look cool. And so what I kind of want to do is, I kind of want to do like, kind of like neon accent highlighting is basically the concept. And I kind of want to get a building block, at least one building block together for procedural generation. We're going to start with some simple algorithms that we're just going to work through. Like, we're not going to base it on an existing algorithm. Even though, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I don't know the name of the algorithm offhand, but I'm sure that whatever we build probably has one already. We're just going to be working through a basic case one. Yeah. So, generally, people who have been doing computer science probably have done more maze building in the last, 30 years, for...
Can we just get a rhythm where it makes Al Gore?
Makes Al Gore.
Like, in the shape of Al Gore every time? There's a maze in the shape of Al Gore every single time, but a different configuration of the maze. And then it would be a true Al Gore rhythm.
We may have to do this, but no, we're not doing it right now. So the graphics test that I did earlier, I've checked this into the project, so if you guys want to see it, but it's pretty simple. I just was playing around. We have an arcade in Bend now, finally, and they have a bunch of vector games there, and I like vector games, and style re-inspired me, and so I created this little vector test thing.
When something re-inspires you, do you call it respire?
Respired? Yeah, I'm so respired. But we've got this, I was thinking this is, something we could use for, an enemy spawner or something, but this is just, this is not what I want to do for the level design accents, but I just wanted to see how the accents would look kind of by themselves and stuff. And still might be something usable here, but all this is actually just cubes. And we're just going really hard. Like, if you look in the scene, it doesn't look like much because we're going really hard on a bloom effect on here. And obviously, some of this can't coexist with what we have in the other scene because if I put this bloom on the other scene, I think it's going to blow out just, tremendously because this is kind of designed to be kind of a subdued tone here. So we may have to tweak with some things. A really dark
background, yeah.
We may have to tweak with some things while we're playing around with this stuff. So, let's go back to the project, the other scene.
Soloing it will apparently break me for that Fazbear level nightmare of an unbearable pun, which is probably the Al Gore.
Oh, yeah.
Rhythm.
Yeah, that was probably it.
Al Gore rhythm. That's what happens when Al Gore dances. He's got the Al Gore rhythm.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
I think I first saw that joke on VG Cats, actually. So
probably it's old. I don't even care. I'm not taking credit for it. All I'm doing is quoting someone else that's made a horrible joke, except for the fact that I don't think it's that horrible.
All right, I'm just gonna call this glowy cube thing, and we're gonna make a prefab out of it just in case we need it somewhere else to look around. And we're going to go back into our scenes. Test 5.0. Yeah, sure, save it. I don't care. So, first off, I do actually just want to see what that thing would look like as a spawner. So if we go to our enemy spawner and look at it in the scene. Yeah, that enemy spawner looks really dumb. So let's make it look less dumb. We're going to throw that prefab just in here, glowy cube thing, and we're going to get rid of the.
Are we just going to get rid of the
capsule mesh renderer here? Remove component and remove component. And if we hit play, we'll see that it's probably not glowing very much because we don't have enough bloom going on. And if we put all of the bloom that we had in the other scene, as I said, it's going to just blow things out. But let's see what we can play with at least. Yeah, that's too much. What we can probably do, I'm going to undo and go back to wherever it was at. We can also just pump up the effect on the object itself. So what I'm doing here, material-wise, I had these kind of broken out for different things. What I'm doing material-wise is actually it's all in the same material, so I can just go to glowy. That's what I should have done.
I have a question of, will you guys ever use motion capture suits? I would say that the chances are very low of that happening.
You think that's low?
Maybe, I don't know. Well, I mean, I know it's not technically low because
I think that would make a
we
really,
might
really
know a guy.
That would be a really, really great episode. That would be pretty hilarious. It would have to be. I don't think we could do it live. We might have to try to do it live.
I don't think we could do that live.
It would be so hard, but it would be so funny.
Yeah, we gotta let it. Gotta give the doctor a call.
Yeah, or Justin actually.
Yeah,
at
or
this
Justin.
point,
Yeah,
Justin actually officially has a setup now too. The good
Really?
doctor. Yeah, he bought one from the doctor.
Oh well, that. We are talking about Doctor Who, by the way.
Oh, we
Though
might
if
as
you
well
want
be.
to think we are talking about Doctor Who, you can just go ahead and.
All right, so I'm just going to pump the emission on this to like 100 and see what happens. Let's
Yeah,
just
I
see
wanna
what
see
that
it.
looks like. It's probably going to look really
Just
bad.
look. Oh wow.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like. So it's a little too much.
Looks like a blob of nonsense.
Scroll it down to
5.
there we go. And let's make it less white and more red. All right, let's darken the ambiance a little bit. So I'm going to start with what we've got here right now. I'm going to save the scene, save the project. And we're going to go into our lighting tab. If we go to lighting, if you open this up for the first time, it may not be docked up here. It might just be a floating window. Just dock it wherever you want. This is probably a good spot, as good a spot as any. So actually I'm going to put it below the console because I like having the console just at the far right. So what are we doing? So I want to create a new skybox or use one of the ones that we already have here. I'm going to actually I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate these two things just so that we have. Oh, I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use this sky as opposed to our default skybox. So this is that darker sky that I had in that other scene.
Oh, I kind of dig that. Look at the kind of silver has a nice.
Yeah.
Like,
now we can kind of see that
actually,
glow a
looks
little
cool.
bit better. Let's actually make those that glowing a little bit bigger too. Let's just make it thicker. Let's just go to these capsules, which are not actually capsules. So when I was building these, I built them as capsules, and then I was too lazy to actually like bring in cubes. So I just changed them to cubes. I think they still have capsule colliders. They really shouldn't have colliders at all. But yeah, that's just work in progress stuff. So what was I saying I was doing? I was inspecting these, and I was going to make them thicker. So let's make them.
We're gonna make this
0.5.
more metal apparently by bringing down the darkness or bringing the darkness up. Actually, I dig the way those light bars look like that too. Kind of like the way it all looks darker.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Now I want to do something again that's going to slow things down, but I just want to try it. I want to go on the reflection probe, put it back on the freaking player, zero it out, and make it not baked.
All faces at once.
This is totally not going to work, is it? Oh, wait, culling mask nothing. That might be the problem. So let's just do everything.
Oh, no.
This is going to make the walls freak out because they're going to be using the same thing as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is freaking stuff out, isn't it?
Looks cool on the player.
Not so much on the enemies, though. Like,
Yeah.
they flash red.
Yeah. Or the walls.
That looks cool.
You can see their health bars being reflected.
Wait.
Just here, I'm gonna zoom in. see the health bars in the sphere.
That's awesome.
Here, let's get some of them to be different colors so we can see
you
that.
You see the numbers reflecting.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome.
I kind of like that. I know it's just too intense though, like to do all real-time reflections.
What I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like remove. Is there a way we can fix the probes? I haven't played enough with these. Is there a way to fix the probes in such a way that I can just set a second probe and then this one will only be used?
Yo, dog, yo. I heard you like probes. So I put a probe in your probe. You can probe while you probe.
I don't know what to say.
I know. That's why it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Capture.
All right, so I want to see. I really like the way it looks on the player, but I don't like all the flashing and stuff. So I want to see if we can fix this and use a reflection probe system. This may not be possible, but I want to try because I like that effect. And if it's not possible to do it using the standard Unity reflection probe, I want to investigate a way to make that happen because I know that we could do it.
I do like the red glow from the spawner and the health bars showing up and like the numbers. But
the red glow that's what I'm trying to kind of. Are you just talking
on the player?
Yeah. Oh, on the player. Yeah, exactly.
The environment and stuff like that, but not that flash of red that happens.
Yeah, exactly. So, so what I want to do is somehow. I'm gonna actually check the internet. Let's check the internet.
Scape Rave Club.
Scape Rave Club, yes.
Boots and cats and boots and cats, boots and cats and boots and cats.
What was I thinking about doing?
I don't know. I derailed you. What I do.
Reflection probe, real time on one object, Unity 5.0. Look at these reflection probes.
So many reflection probes.
Just browsing through here. That's probably a lot of empty air time, isn't it? But
empty air.
Types of reflection probe. Feedback request for reflection probes. Let's see if this is someone being like, I want to be able to make one character be reflective-y and then the rest of them...
I'm getting a little lag, it says, but I don't know what we could really do about that.
Yeah. Not torrenting anything, am I? You're not torrenting anything, are you? Okay,
no,
we're good.
Look at my... You could look at my download and upload rate.
Yeah. Well, you can look at mine, but it's mostly upload, and hopefully it's our video.
I would think so.
It is getting a little jagged up there.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
We shouldn't worry about it too
All
much.
right. Yeah, we can't worry about what we can't fix, right?
That's right.
That's not true. You can worry all to death about what you can't fix.
We shouldn't worry.
Yeah,
about
that's what
we
people
can't
say.
fix.
All right, cool. So if I create a probe, cube map capture, collect mask everything. All right, let's just create another reflection probe here. Didn't create one, give it to me. And let's move it somewhere else, and we're just going to make this one just baked. And probe editing mode. What is this? Box projection bounds. Oh, it has a projection bounds. Okay.
Oh, really? Neat.
So, what we can probably do is we can put this just somewhere in the middle of the level. So I'm just going to put this at 0, 0. We're going to... I'm not going to make it big. I'm going to make it custom. And what custom means, I'm just going to... No, that's not what I want. Real time. No, that's not what I want either. Okay, we just don't want it to do anything. We just want it to do the skybox. All right, that's what we want. And so this reflection probe, we're just going to put it somewhere... Yeah, we're going to make it gigantic like this. I'll just leave it like that for right now. And then this other reflection probe...
outside of the level, though.
We want it's what it encompasses, right? So it's not... We're not actually pulling anything except for the background on this thing. So it's going to be very...
But, I mean, is it a problem that the terrain is outside of that box?
It might be later, yes. Yeah. We might have to extend it later. I don't care that much right now.
Oh.
Apathy. Yeah, apathy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the reflection probe on the player more important, but very small. So here's the size of it now, and we're going to make it... Can I just do it? Is there a center point? No, they don't have that. They've got all the edges, but... just... 0, 0, 0, 0. And then we'll just do 1, 1, 1 or something.
That's not very big at all.
No. Well, we don't want it to touch the other objects so that we... So now we've got the real-time reflections on the player. We're not getting things freaking out. If I get really close to the enemies, it doesn't seem to screw them up either, so that's cool. Yeah, let's check an enemy, actually. If we hit check on... I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I want to find out. Yeah, that's right. So, enemy, box slider, animator... Where's the actual renderers? Inside here somewhere. Shell... So here we go. You can see in the mesh renderer here, it says reflection probe, weight 0.22, and reflection probe 1, weight 0.78. Reflection probe 1 is our main level one. So this one is actually noticing a little bit of the players there, so it could be a little bit affected. But it's weight 1.0 for these other guys. So I'm just going to actually I'm going to try making this a little bit smaller again, just 0.5, 0.5.
Okay.
And how do you turn off the blending? I thought there was a way to do that. Is that on the renderers? Might be on the renderers. Let's find out. There we go. So reflection probes, you can do off, blend probes in sky box, and simple. I wonder what off does. Does off just make it... Oh, I guess that might be another solution to our problem too. But yeah, we just want simple. There we go.
I find it funny that I don't use lol to actually say that I laughed out loud. Does anyone use it for that? Does anyone actually like laugh out loud when they type lol?
Sometimes I do a lot, but more in the past certainly.
I felt like I was lying to people when I didn't actually laugh, so I'd like, ha ha ha. I don't do that anymore. I'm just comfortable with the deception.
Disable apply. Now if they get close, I just want to see where we're at. So if I go to the player, we've got weight 1.0 on his reflection probe, perfect. If I go to the enemies, they should be weight 1.0 on reflection probe 1. Perfect. All right, done. We've solved the problem.
Get that stuff reflected.
Let's go ahead and save this. Save project.
Are we checking that in?
I'm going to check this in for right now.
Committing it?
Yep, just a little bit.
I'm going to commit this stuff?
Some work on visual style.
I think my way of speaking has started to confuse the chat.
Is it?
As I said, I went and did the Google thing.
What's wrong with the Google thing?
Didn't know what the Google thing was. I don't know. Type some words into the Google. Stuff happens. I don't know. I like the way that looks. I like the red spawner. I think that's cool. What happens if it would be blue?
Well, let's find out. Let's also, what I want to do is really quickly on that spawner, which is the one that we actually changed. This is the one we changed. I'm just going to hit apply. Now the other one will be that way too. Yay. So, you want to try blue?
Yeah, see what it looks like.
We could have it shift through colors.
That's a cool
in a
one.
rainbow.
I think we should have different enemies spawn out of the different kind of spawners, like different colored enemies.
Yeah.
Like, is there a way we can have them inherit the color from their parent spawner?
We could.
Because that would be pretty sweet. Like, think about that.
It would also be easy just to set up the prefab for the thing to have the color, and then
well, what I'm saying is then you could like actually kind of randomize your colors.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then gain inheritance to the child objects.
Yeah.
Like that looks pretty cool. Looks pretty all right. I like the reflection. Right. And are the numbers still reflecting off your character?
They should be. Oh, maybe... dang it. Maybe it's not working the way I think it is. Because it doesn't look like it's reflecting nearly as well as it used to. Let's try something real quick. If I make this probe bigger... Well, it has the near and far clips. You'd think that would be what it was using. But just to check, I'm going to make this a 5 by 5 by 5.
5 by 5 by 5. Oh, yeah.
Let's see if that looks any better. That looks like it's working better.
Ba-doo! There's like big flashes of lights.
Yeah, well, the flashes of lights are from... That's now encompassing more than what we want it to.
Yeah. It seems like we got a rave machine.
Just trying to see if that was a placebo or...
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. Boots cats. I agree with Solar Wing. I dig the club mode. We should get like a different effect that does actually strobe lights at some point.
Noticed a bug.
Oh, man.
Whoa, that's cool.
Whoa, man.
Let's wait for that to like regenerate stuff.
What was the bug that you noticed?
Well, I'm gonna kill these dudes.
Saw a flash of red there that I don't think needed to be there.
But when I hit this thing, it like doesn't show numbers except occasionally.
It didn't actually register a hit a lot of the time. You could tell the life bar wasn't going down on it either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably because of the colliders now.
I'm thinking that's the case.
Yeah, so let's fix that real quick. Enemy spawner, we want all of these stupid capsules that have colliders that shouldn't have colliders. We want them to not have colliders. And let's just zoom in on it. Why not? We want no collider move component.
No, it doesn't. That's not getting hit at all. That one is.
Occasionally. I don't think did I actually not apply this? That might help.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
And there are no colliders on these right now. Yeah, it looks like the collider is just...
We do have a collider on the center of them, right? Like the capsule.
Yeah, see the capsule there?
Yeah.
The capsule has the HP on it.
It does have the HP.
So I'm going to try again. I'm just going to go bloop. Did some damage. Yay. I think it's working. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is now, too. It looks like it's more consistent than what it was doing before.
Alright, well, it's a little bit better. Alright, so I want to actually get more light into the scene, but not change the sky so much. So the sky thing I'm using is this procedural sky shader. The shader is built into Unity 5, and by default it's what you're using when you get into a scene. It allows you to actually it's tied to one of your directional lights, and so the position of that in the sky can actually affect the light and time of day and stuff. We're going to be playing with it. I haven't done a whole lot with it, and we're going to try and get the colors to maintain dark, but we're also going to try and get the sun to be brighter. Actually, can I just make the directional light brighter and just have that work? Let's find out.
Do it. Try it.
Oh, that does work. Ooh. Though it doesn't look good because the environment map is being reflected. Which means... what I'm going to do is I'm going to check one more thing on this reflection probe. So it's a skybox. Is there such a thing as... we can give it a cube map.
You could?
But that would require us to build a cube map.
That's also true. I mean, I know that's... cube maps are no fun to build.
We want the environment to be brighter, but we want the background to be darker. Yeah, let's build a cube map. Yay. Neo texture edit.
Neo texture edit. Let's do it. Should be those neon lines.
These ones?
No.
These ones?
No.
Those ones?
Yep.
Yeah, that might work.
It would fit the style a little.
I kind of want to get something a little bit more abstract that we can use as a
well, then go back
kind
up.
of a bright
then that
backdrop.
Green one. I like that green one. Just because it's weird.
Yeah, I kind of want it to be color agnostic. Let's start with this.
Couldn't we? We could make it whatever color we want.
Yeah, we could. Let's look at it. Yeah, that might actually be more interesting. So, but this interface is so bad for it. All right, no, whatever. We'll just we'll do it.
Just deal with it.
Actually, I'm just going to make it a value map. I'm just going to import it in as a... do I have something that just makes it black and white? Colorize. I think colorize could de-colorize.
You kind of want the opposite of colorize, really.
Yeah, I kind of... no, there we go.
Hey. Well, that's...
I'm a genius. All right.
Should
you be concerned?
Yeah.
With how awesome that was?
I just don't quite understand. You know what I mean? Like how that assumed grayscale based upon that. I mean, it's cool, right? Because that's what.
Well, because it was black to white by default on colorize, and so you can actually make it whatever color you want. So.
Oh, I see.
It basically just changes. It just tone maps it. So.
Let's not make it pink.
But why not?
Is that a real question?
No, it really wasn't.
Okay.
All right. Let's export this. Yeah, why not? Just make it bigger. We can always make it smaller in Unity. And we're going to call this crazy skybox. You're going to be like, this isn't a skybox. That's a single texture. But we're going to turn it into a skybox.
Because we're cool like that?
Because we're cool like that. Crazy skybox. Let's put this into textures. We're going to go crazy skybox. I guess we could just do Sunny 2. I didn't realize we had that one there. But let's see how this one actually looks. We're going to go to Cube Map. And we're going to do 6 frames layout. See how that looks. And, yeah, let's do glossy reflection. Don't know what that means. Yeah, fix up the edge seams. That sounds like might be useful. And bilinear is fine. And now we're going to go to the reflection probe and see how weird this looks.
All right.
Once this thing's done crunching on my computer. I just asked it to apply to a cube map. Oh god, what's going on? Unity's going to 400% of my CPU! Ah!
You shouldn't have clicked that apply.
I'm just gonna let it wait for a moment. I'm just gonna let it chill.
I like the fact that you just hear it spooling up. Like, you hear the fan.
Yeah. We're at 104 degrees Celsius. There it goes. Yay. Now I'm scared. I want to find out real quick. Okay, good. Didn't do something really dumb. Alright, cool. So I guess it's done with that. I don't know why that was... You need trilinear filter mode to properly support glossy reflections. Well, fine. Let's just go another 20 minutes on that.
So many trilinear filterings. 3 of them. Linearly.
Three dimensions are better than 2. No, they're not. Maybe. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I actually liked the old 2D games that had no rights to be 3D, that were 3D anyway. Like, that's always the stuff that really blew my mind. Or even just, like, 3D components. Like, there were a couple elite programmers on early Rare games on the NES, where they would just, for the high score screen, just have, like, all these, like, spheres, like, moving in and, like all this cool stuff. And it's like, whoa, that's
like,
awesome. Yeah,
and stuff
it's
like
like,
that.
Whoa.
Or just had different sprites, and NES would just have to have a different sprite for the different sizes, probably. I don't think they can do scaling on that system.
Well, this is how it looks with that texture. Makes them look very fast.
The head, the character's head looks kind of like noise.
Whoa, what happened there?
It just looks like Perlin noise.
Actually, it's that same reflection map is what it is. But the reason it looks like Pearl... Here, I'm going to zoom in on our character real quick. We need to set up a little button for that.
Zoom in on this.
See?
Oh, yeah, it's totally that thing. But it looked like Perlin noise because of the fact that it's on a sphere.
Yeah, yeah.
And from that distance. I mean, that kind of looks cool, actually.
But yeah, I think that's because our reflection probe doesn't have a high enough size. Oh, what's happening? Let's not do that. I thought I told these guys to be simple.
Apparently you didn't.
Oh, for the head I did not. So let's turn off blend probes. No, not off. Simple. And let's see how this does now. There we go.
Looks quite a bit more like what I would expect. I actually really like the way that looks.
Yeah, me too.
I like that they look kind of flashy, like they... Yeah, the reflection on the enemies looks really cool.
The only unfortunate part is... It's annoying. They're coming in as black on the reflection on the sphere itself. Like if we pause this and we look at our sphere, you'll see that they come in as black.
But why?
Well, probably because they're actually not resolving in the renderer. Let's look at something here. So if we go to, first of all, I want to go back to this and make this small. It is okay. Clear flag skybox. I don't know. Because they're not a real-time... Oh, wait, they are possibly real-time. Even though they're not real-time. Reflection probe. Simple, simple, simple. Nothing good. Alright, Let's ask the internet. Let's see if anyone has stumbled upon this. And wants
Internet!
to fix it. Reflected objects, black Unity 5.0.
Okay,
so that's not the same problem.
Player got staticked. The black color is a no reflection.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about they didn't have any reflection probes was the problem.
Oh.
I'm actually starting to dig the style, though, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I like it too.
I would really like that red to come through on the character.
Yeah, I would too.
So if we pause this and we go to one of these guys and investigate them. We're using only one reflection probe, okay. Is there a way I can prioritize this reflection probe first?
That is a good
Okay,
question.
wait. What if we do this? Bake. Let's see what this does.
Okay.
That didn't work like I thought it was going to. Oh, it was running. That might not be a good thing. Let's try that again. Okay, so that didn't really help too much. I guess baking assumed to not use the culling mask anymore or something. Or I see bake. Oh, I see. It just suddenly recalculated. Oh, that's stupid. Let's put our cube map back on this thing. Hit play. Okay, we're back. Back to status quo. Back to status quo. All right. Status quo.
Status quo. It is not. Status quo.
How is it not status quo?
I don't know. I'm just muttering now. I was thinking about Dr. Horrible and I wanted to quote it and then I forgot it halfway through, so I fumbled and now I fell flat on my face.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
It is. Or how Phil crumbles.
Man, I don't want those guys to be black.
I don't want them to be black either. Not that there's anything wrong with them.
No. I mean, if they were black, I would want them to reflect as black, but they're red, and I'd kind of like them to reflect as red.
I would as well. I really dig the style of them, though. I will have to say that I like that shiny red. I think that works really well.
I'm going to try something crazy. It's probably not going to do anything. I'm going to put this one in the player. I'm going to set it to the same position that this one is, which I think is 0, 0, 0. Perfect. Do I really want to do this? No, I don't want to do this.
Was that a rhetorical question?
Use recursion coloring, HDR, shadow distance, clear flags, skybox, background, culling mask.
So you're trying to prioritize the one reflection map over the other, so you could see that a reflection in a reflection.
Yeah. See, I would think that these, because we're setting a cube map, wouldn't... You would think that would be resolved, at runtime, before running, at startup time, right?
Yeah.
At the very least. It could have even been baked before that. And so you'd think that it would just immediately reflect, you'd just be like, oh, I'm rendering this cube map now. What does the scene look like? And then you'd think that red would come through.
Yes.
But it's not coming through.
That is unfortunate.
Is it something to do with our post-processing? Let's see if there's something that we've done where we're blowing out the light somehow. I don't think this is the case, but let's check it out. Main camera, we're going to turn off the bloom.
Blending. Explain below. Blending.
Tried to turn off the blending, so...
I see.
You can definitely see when these guys are seeing the player's box. I'm going to make that box smaller again. Right, where is that? It's here. 2.2, 0.2, and 0.2. If that still works on the player, I'm going to keep it that way. Nope, okay. Player head just going out of range. Look at that.
Oh!
It like starts in and then...
It's because it moves up
yeah,
a little
exactly.
bit? Yeah, that's funny.
Just going to move the pro origin like 0.2. That was... What happened there? That was weird. Wait, what? Okay, still. Let's do 5.
5 seems to work. There we go.
Still, oh yeah, well they're kind of getting inside of me, so it's probably my fault more than anything. How do we fix them showing up the wrong reflection? It's been a more exploratory episode, certainly.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. It really isn't. I feel like it might be more boring for the viewers, but at the same time, like, this is sometimes how it is when you're working on a project.
Yeah. I know we can get... Gotta be able to get around this. So why is it render black, though?
So
black is the...
So I'm going to try something. I'm just going to copy this component. I'm going to paste it on this thing. Paste... I guess I have to paste component values. So which one's the harder one to set up? This one's the easier one to set up. So let's copy this one. I don't think this is actually going to do anything. Let's paste the values. And then let's go back to this one. Okay. Put this one in here. Put this one outside. I'm just in case there's an inherent order to like the way that they did it, and it's based on the creation order or something. I don't think this is actually the case, but I want to give it a shot.
You never know.
So we're gonna go custom on this one, and we're gonna make it like huge. Make it importance 1, and we're going to give it our crazy skybox.
The thing has become huge. It's getting huge.
Now I'm really getting huge.
I didn't think his body could take it.
Okay, well now the head's not reflecting at all.
And why is that?
Because it hates me.
I don't think that's why.
It has to be why. Oh, it's because this thing's like in the
ground?
Oh, it's because my probe is in a different location. There we go. Do you see everything jump to attention there?
Yeah.
Sweet. Except for we still are rendering these guys as... Alright, let's try one more thing. So, wait. We saw all those things that were saying that their things were turning black when they turned them completely reflective. We have set these guys to completely reflective because we are suckers for reflectivity. What if they fix the bug in general, but not on the render cameras that are used internally by the reflection probe?
That's possible.
So let's go and take one of these guys, take their shell. That's the only one we care about, right? This is what's actually showing here. And we're going to make the shader we're going to make it slightly less smooth and metallic. I'm going to hit play.
I really do like shiny things that are
Didn't fix it.
metallic, though. Lame. Sucks. I don't want him to come through as black. Well, we should
If I increase the light in the scene, if we just pump the light up a little bit,
pump that light.
do these guys still show up as black? Looks like they do. Alright, I got one more thing I want to try. One more thing I want to try is I want to try building a build real quick.
Building a build?
Just in case it has something to do with like baking and like it needs to generate the textures or something.
We are doing
so
everything.
So we're gonna do build settings. No, we don't care about the load testing. Get rid of those. Add current. I'm just gonna build a Mac build so that we don't have to change things, and we'll call it reflect test.
Okay.
Alright, reflect test.
Wow, that was quick.
Oh, it's not a big project.
It's at fantastic settings. Oh,
Set to fantastic, and we still get occasionally those like
those
white
flashes.
Flash spikes.
I'm not sure what those are.
That's so weird. That wall looked weird when I got near it.
I bet you think the white flashes aren't just like a weird white spot in the scene, do you? Like, it's like I don't know.
Alright, so I thought of one more thing, but I forgot what it was.
I don't know.
Alright, so let's play around with the shader until we can see something in the reflection of the player. So, we've got a good example in editor here, good. I'm just going to, so, we're going to go to our shaders, no, materials, what are these guys called?
What are those guys called?
It's called Slice Reflective Part 1, alright. If we make it have a mission.
Soloing said sometimes working on games is not fun in raves.
It's true.
It is true.
It's
I mean,
true.
that's why I said
What if
it.
I make this not a what if I make this just diffuse? Does it just work then? Or is it just screwing up there too? What if I disable this reflection probe? Okay, I see color there now. And I still see color there. Let's go back to it again. Which one was I editing? This one?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess it doesn't really matter. So it's diffuse now. So now let's switch it back to standard. Where is it?
Standard's up higher than that.
Thank you.
But it's definitely not showing that all the way, at least.
Still not working. Let's make it. Okay, so it shows up when I make it white there. So So it's just not getting the reflective portion, which is the 100% portion, because we're grabbing all of this from... So if I do something like this, that'll show up as red.
That definitely will.
So let's try that as a workaround for right now, see how that looks. I'm going to give it an emissive property. Going to get rid of... Okay, so how much can we do before we lose that texture? Not much.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What if we just do like 0.1 and we make this red?
I like that.
No, it's still not enough. See, this doesn't reflect.
Yeah, look at it.
Start in real time.
Sucks.
Yeah, they're not getting their ref maps.
Need to have a shiny super mode sometime. Go full 90s anime on it. I like shiny and I like 90s anime. So.
Well, I do too.
I like both of those things.
I actually, it's funny. I've been watching a lot of 80s anime recently, and I want to somehow make a shader that looks like 80s cell animation, because I am talking like Transformers, though that was not what I was watching, but yes, Transformers the movie in particular,
specifically Transformers the movie,
is
because
incredible.
They have that great like light emission.
Yeah, they have the backlighting,
yeah.
But they just have like the spectacular like design work on things. And the other thing I like is like their metallics, the way they run a shine through something. Like, it's not really related to light, because they don't have that. They just kind of have to sell something as metallic, so they'll just like shink, do that.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I wonder how you'd get that into a game.
It wouldn't be too hard. I just haven't seen a game go for that style, and I think that would be cool.
It would be cool.
I'm thinking we may have to do the old-fashioned way and not use reflection probes. And what I mean by the old-fashioned way, I haven't actually shown this on the show before, but I've done it on one project, is we build a little script that does the cube map rendering, and we do it ourselves, and these guys will just use the normal thing, and then we'll do the cube map rendering, and we'll try and stick it in some point on the render pipeline where these guys have resolved their reflection.
That makes sense.
Because I don't think it looks like we have enough buttons here on our cube maps, on our reflection probes. Like, I think we've run out of buttons. I think we have actually run out of buttons.
We've exhausted the buttons.
So,
the buttons are exhausted.
So next time I think we're going to do a reflection thing like that.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm going to
there's
call it
time
on this one.
time.
I'm sorry that this didn't change too terribly much, but I like where we're going with the style. I think it's fun to experiment with this stuff, and I think this experiment is worth it.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to save scene, save project.
Let's check in that stuff.
Check in whatever we happen to change.
Reflections. I don't think we messed with scripts at all today.
Nope. It was just cruising around Unity's features.
That's cool, though. Not every day has to be a scripting kind of day.
No, it doesn't. As a matter of fact, if you're in a small business, sometimes days become business days, and those are like the worst ones, because it's like you've got this project that you love, and there's all these different things that are broken, and you could be working on it, and you know exactly all this is going to happen, and it's like you're doing business.
Bills.
Exactly. So
now it's time to pay bills.
All right. Thank you guys for...
we should switch over. Just the
Thank
face.
you guys for showing up tonight. And email me, pushypixels at pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Drakfire. That's DRAKFYRE. Phil, tell them how they can donate to the show.
Yeah, you can donate to the show doing the Patreon link thing. Patreon.com/cookingwithyou. Oh, I got thrown off my groove.
I'm sorry. I did that to you intentionally. I'm a bad person. Buy his game.
Yeah.
Let's pretend that didn't happen. Buy Phil's game, Robot Alone, on iOS.
Wow, I totally, skipped.
I did a little bit out of order and just ruined you. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't expect that. Yeah, buy the game. Follow me on Twitter @MagmaLemur. But you should donate to the show. You can go there. Go to patreon.com/cookingwithunity, and you can donate there, or you can go to cookingwithunity.com or the YouTube channel. Click on the Patreon link. It'll be on the upper right-hand side.
He was pointing to his screen.
Yeah, I know you couldn't see that.
Yeah, but
so
anyway,
yeah.
thanks
Follow
for
me
joining
on
us.
Twitter, I guess. I don't know. Magma Lemur.